A huge thanks to Brian for sponsoring this video. Good morning, fellow mathematicians. Welcome back to another video, a fun one. Oh, a very fun one indeed. Today we are going to prove Euler's formula. I have done it multiple times, I think, here on this channel using just Taylor series and the like, but this time the shortest method I know of, and this stems from one of my partial differential equation courses, where this was just when we did an introduction once again, or a little recap on just general differential equations. We had to prove Euler's formula using differential equations. This is what we do here today, and it's going to be a fun one. Try it out for yourself. It's actually a pretty cool method and very short indeed. It's going to be a very short video. By the way, I have recently created a new channel, NP Cooking. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. I am having a lot of fun with this channel. So check it out, support the channel this way, and now we are going to dive right in. So just a tiny little reminder, what is Euler's formula? Once again, Euler's formula is the thing that says that e to the alpha is equal to the cosine of phi plus r times the sine of phi. Okay, so this right here is Euler's formula. And here's the idea where the whole proof basically comes from, or where the function is going to come from, which we are going to differentiate, turn into a differential equation, you could say. What we are going to do is we are going to multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse of e to the alpha, namely e to the negative alpha, resulting overall in 1. So if we have a divided by a, we are going to get 1 out, obviously, is equal to e to the negative alpha times the cosine of phi plus r times the sine of phi. And what we want to do for this proof is we want to show that this function right here with respect to phi is indeed a constant, and then we want to show that the constant is equal to 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to define ourselves a function f of phi to be equal to e to the negative alpha times blah blah blah. And now we are going to differentiate this thing. If we were to differentiate this thing with respect to phi, then we need to make use of the product rule, obviously. We are going to preserve this whole thing when we basically just differentiate with respect to phi on the exponential function, but we are going to track the negative r down. So negative r times e to the negative alpha times the cosine of phi plus I times the sine of phi. And this right here is just f in and of itself. And other than that, we need to preserve this part and just differentiate this inner part right here. This is just going to result in the cosine and the sine being turned around. So plus e to the alpha, but with a negative sign, times. And now what we are going to get is we are going to get the cosine is going to turn into negative the sine. So negative the sine of phi. And then plus and sine differentiated is going to be the cosine once again. So plus I times the cosine of phi. And if we just write everything out once again, just multiply everything into everything, what we are going to be left with is negative I times e to the negative I phi. And then what we are going to get is the cosine of phi here. And then plus I times, okay, now I times I is going to be -1. Negative and negative is positive, so this is going to turn into part of the real part. Actually, so e to the negative alpha times sine of phi, and then plus e to the negative I phi. We are going to get negative sign here, negative sine of phi, and then plus I times e to the negative I phi times the cosine of phi. And now we are going to take a look at all the terms. You are going to notice that this part right here, negative I times blah blah blah, and this part right here are additive inverses to one another. This is going to cancel out. What about this part? We are going to get e to the negative alpha sine of phi minus e to the negative alpha sine of phi. This is also the additive inverse to one another, resulting in the fact that the derivative of our function is indeed 0. Meaning overall, if the derivative of something is 0, then the original something is going to be a constant. Meaning our function f of phi is indeed some sort of constant, and it's equal to e to the negative alpha times the cosine of phi plus I times sine of phi. Okay. And how can we solve for the constant? Well, we just make an initial value problem out of this. And since this right here is a function with respect to phi in some kind of way, why not plug in a certain value for phi? And the easiest value to plug in most cases, if it's defined for that, is to plug in 0. The cool thing about the number 0 here is that on trigonometric function, it's gonna just simplify heaps. So f of 0 is gonna be the constant once again, is equal to e to the negative 0. This is going to turn into 1 in the process. Okay, so if we have cosine of 0, this is just 1. So this part right here is 1. And plus I times sine of 0. Sine of 0 is 0. So this is going to vanish. And all that's left is 1 times 1, which is 1. So our function on the initial value problem is going to result in the constant being equal to 1. Now let us trace this back. Our function f of phi is equal to a constant which is 1. And 1 is equal to e to the negative r phi times the cosine of phi plus r times the sine of phi. Multiplying both sides by e to the r phi. Once again, we are going to get Euler's formula out. And this right here concludes the proof using differential equations, which is a very fun one. And I hope you did enjoy what you have seen today. And if you want to learn more about exponential functions, trigonometric stuff, and maybe even differential equations, then the contents of today's sponsor Brilliant might be the perfect fit for you. Brilliant at this point is a household name in the online learning community, and especially when it comes to their courses on STEM topics like the mathematics that we did today, physics, computer science, etc. No matter what you think of in the STEM field, they got something over on their app and also their website. You are going to be able to learn something new on a daily basis. And especially if you are new to a topic, for example group theory or differential equations, then it's most definitely the perfect place to stop by and to expand your knowledge by heaps. Brilliant is just amazing at what they do, and their courses shine with their interactive learning concept and the visuals and graphics that you can play around with to see if a function transforms the way you think by playing around with the parameters, for example, or you want to learn something about statistics and the like, then Brilliant can give new information to you in a very playful manner. And if you feel like this could be something for you, then I invite you to try it out today for completely free by using my link at the top of the description, brilliant.org/simplemeths. With it, you are going to get a 30-day free trial of awesomeness. Try out the whole landscape of Brilliant for completely free. And if you feel like that could be something for a long-term relationship between you and the app, then make sure to totally make use of the link and get 20% off an annual premium subscription, which is an amazing deal. They have so much content available, and just what you get out from learning with their courses, so like the profit, the intellectual profit that you are going to receive is huge, and it's just absolutely worth it. Don't take my word for it. Try it out today and support the channel this way, big time. And I thank you guys for watching. This was a short video, but I really love this proof. It's so on spot, and it just makes so much sense, and it's just so cool. And I hope you did like it too. Don't forget to check out NP Cooking, my new channel, and up until the next video, I wish you guys a flammable day. See ya!